Hello, sports fans. Mauricio here. Well, let's use Power BI to visualize the data from our array. What we're going to see is putting the columns, putting the country data in columns. That makes a nice report, but it's not a good data source to make charts. So we're going to have to brute force to make just a few charts. But we'll see in the next version of using arrays, we'll do better. We'll pick more columns. For example, we'll have the country in its own column. Well, then you can make a map. All this data is snapshots, so we can't do any line charts. But as we go further, we'll make better and better charts. But please refer to a previous video for how to connect. We pretty much get data, from a database, SQL Server, and then you have to type in your server and database, and then just pick your table or tables. But that's what we have here, and this is the data pane inside Power BI. So this is the data set that we have. What we're going to see is this grand totals column. We don't want that in our chart, so we can filter it later, but just out of curiosity, can we get in there and get rid of that row? So I'm going to go into Power Query editor, and I encourage you to, if you want to be an analyst, I encourage you to take a look at that. I wish I could just hit delete. Yeah. Well, how about remove rows? Bottom row. They think of everything. Just one row. So that should fix the other bunch of problems. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. I would normally hit save. I don't really need to save this, but you would normally hit save and then close and apply. So this produces a PBIX file that you could publish or even email. Inside the PBX file is a connection to the data set. So that's great. So keep the data in the database. The concept of copying data into Excel and making charts? No. We're going to connect Excel or Power BI to a database and then make charts. All right, so I just have a few lame charts here. But this, I believe, is this clustered column chart. And you have to click on the chart. So we put subcategory. Now that might be interesting to put that on the legend. Yeah, that didn't do very good. I was hoping to get us. Oh, I used the wrong one. Stacked. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you would never want to. Sorry, you would never want to present a chart like this. This would get you laughed out of the room. The data is too granular. So we can't really put the model there, but we'll do other things. But the x-axis is the three categories or subcategories, and the y-axis is the sum of model totals. So what can we do here? We can go to the x-axis and just jack up the font a little bit, and there should be data labels here somewhere. Yeah, so that those help people quite a bit. So we have to crank up the size of those too. All right, so please never present just a straight column chart. It's always good to have a second piece of data or in the same chart, which is why I wanted to go for the stacked column chart. Can't use that at this point for this chart anyway. This is not much better, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a stacked column chart. It allows us to see totals. So the Road 650 is a great, see, if we had the Road 650 is a great model for some reason. If we had a dimension column, country, then we could filter this and see, okay, where is this particular model road bike? And a road bike is a, speed racer's bike with the 1-inch thick tires, pumped up to 100 PSI. The ones that cost a couple grand or more. But so here's a filter, sorry. So we just drag that over and tell it that we want the subcategory. And this is mildly useful to filter down the number. You really don't want more than 6 or 7 columns. The goal, by the way, is not to have pretty charts. The goal is to make the chart communicate very quickly what is necessary. So the analyst is not really a graphic designer. I mean, an analyst is really a communicator trying to communicate with the chart as quick as possible. All right. So we can see that this Mountain 200 is pretty popular in Canada, but other things are popular in Canada as well. The touring bikes seem to be popular in many countries. So there's a stacked column chart. I don't particularly like this chart. I guess I brought it here to show you maybe don't do this. So this is all 5 countries for this model. Now, if we had the country, we probably could look at models within the country. So this is the Touring 300 model, Touring 100. So it gives you an overall look, but this isn't the best way to show the data. However, it does show the outliers pretty well. What product, what model in what country, and again, I guess we can filter this down. Yeah, so this is horrible. This is an example of a horrible chart. So why did you do it, Fedman? To show you that maybe don't do that. This looks a little bit better as far as comparing country to country. So this prior chart compares country to country for that model, which gives me an idea. We could change this. Let's try anyway. This subcategory. You can see that's mildly useful. Let's see if we can change that to models. There's 15 models, so this may not work too well. Actually, not bad. And you can have 2 filters, so 2 slicers. So I'll put subcategory over here, and with any luck, this will make sense in just a second. So we'll take that off, pull this over. So that's cool. When you click mountain bike, it shows those models. If you wanted to drill down into one of the models, you could see. And drilling back out, we can go to take a look. Not much difference there between them, but interestingly, this touring bike is popular. A touring bike is a road bike that's been, as far as I know, been hardened to handle a lot of miles. Plus, you can put like camping gear on it. It can haul your stuff while you go riding for a month out in the country. Whereas a road bike is just, use it for 3 hours and go home. Anyway, pie chart, and this is this, matrix. A matrix is the same thing as a table, except it adds the totals at the bottom, and if you can figure it out where, you can add totals on the right. But what I'd like you to do is experiment with Power BI, and let me show you why I did not like. Yeah, uh, um, most of these. Well, let me just start at the beginning. So we're just using model totals here for the data. Here we're using 5 columns, so the y-axis usually just has one column of data in it. I drug all 5 down in here, leaving out US for today, and that's kind of strange to put 5 columns into the y-axis. Thankfully, the chart figured it out, but we don't normally have to do that. So it's same here for this regular column chart. Let's see, same here for this pie chart, and same here, the values for this table. Well, that's just a little bit of Power BI. For this assignment, I was asking you to just connect and start playing. So, well, don't worry, we'll kick it up pretty quick. See you next time.